Since 2017, the Maserati Levante has been on sale in South Africa. Now, most of the units that have been sold have been of the more tamer variants, such as the 3-litre diesel and petrol. But what if I told you that within the skunkworks of Maserati, they decided to put a stonking Ferrari V8 in the front and called it the Trofeo? I can't wait. So let's talk about that engine. This is a 3.8-litre twin-turbocharged V8, the same engine you'd get in a Ferrari 488 and a Portofino. But in this car, it develops 439 kilowatts and 730 newton meters of torque. That is insane. So what does 730 newton meters feel like? Exciting, as you can see with the smile on my face. What's most impressive is that this is an SUV, and in this Corsa mode, I can easily just pick my apex and turn in, and the car follows. It's truly amazing what manufacturers are able to do nowadays with fast SUVs. And you can understand why more and more consumers are buying into this whole thing, because you can essentially get two cars in one. So new to the Levante Trofeo is a Corsa mode. And once I've got that activated, as you can hear, the car gets louder, everything comes alive, I can feel the suspension is firmer, the steering wheel feels more active, and everything just wants to go fast. Sometimes with big SUVs, because they're quite large, it feels rather intimidating to push them. But with this car, the chassis feels planted, everything feels like it's working with you, not against you. In terms of suspension setup, this car is mainly rear-wheel driven. Only when you start losing traction will it start to send power to the front wheels to get you out of that corner with ease. In addition to four-wheel drive, we do have a limited slip differential and multi-link rear suspension. This car is also riding on 22-inch alloys, which are unique to the Trofeo range. Going back to the engine, this is the most powerful V8 ever fitted into a Maserati, and it's mated to an 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox, which is perfect for day-to-day use and for more enthusiastic driving, as the shifts are nice and crisp and quick, but at the same time they don't give you that jerkiness that you get in more sportier cars. But we need to remember that this is an SUV after all, so it's meant for families and long road trips. And sitting in normal mode here, this car seems quite normal. It's funny because when you've got so much power, you'd expect this car to be wild all the time. And yes, I do hear some V8 rumblings, but for the most part, it's quite comfortable. Yes, it's a firmer ride and you can feel that it's track focused, but it's not bone jarring, it's not back braking. You can indeed take this car for a long drive. So I appreciate the fact that in a normal mode, it still is a car that can be used for families. In terms of interior quality and feel, you know that you're in an expensive car when you're driving this vehicle. All the materials feel good to touch and it smells and feels quite lavish inside here. But you might notice that there are some carried over bits from other FCA products, which may detract from the uniqueness of the car. But besides that, it is quite a special place to be sitting in. Speaking about FCA, we know that Maserati and Ferrari have got quite a strong connection. But it's almost like the Maserati brand is the forgotten cousin when it comes to the Italian stables. When you think of special Italian cars, you often think Ferrari and Lamborghini. So what does Maserati have coming next? It's in a setting like this where we learn to truly appreciate Italian marques like Alfa Romeo, Lamborghini and Ferrari. These are brands that were built with racing in mind, and that racing development filtered into their road cars, much like this classic Maserati here. These cars were built with heritage, racing, and passion in mind. And yes, times may have changed. This is an SUV, but it is still very exciting to drive. And looking at the future of Maserati, they want to infuse their past products into their future cars. There's speculation that Maserati will be rejoining F1, and we have an exciting MC20 on the way. So judging based on this product here, we're excited for what the brand has in store.